Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hotline Classic Remastered. This time we're taking a look at the 1987 Tommykaira M30 GTS. This is our second Tommykaira to take on the course. Of course, this is another Skyline derived Tommykaira, this time off the R31 generation, which, if I was to be a hipster, I would say probably my favourite generation of Skyline. I think the GTS-R from this era looks really cool, and this one especially. It only comes in this one colour, but what a colour. Navy blue, grey pinstripe down the side. It does look absolutely wicked. That being said, I don't expect this to be the quickest thing in the world. Front engine, rear wheel drive, 414 horsepower, 1,254 kilos. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure what this is going to do. Rear wheel drive Skylines have been fine around here, but the last Tommykaira we had wasn't, I think it was on about the same pace as the car it was based on, the same as an R33 GTR, so we'll see how the M30 gets along. It is going to get 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track in order to set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is the Mitsubishi GTO LM, which set a time of a 27.223. The Tommykaira M30 GTS, unlikely to beat that. This is going to get a bit confusing because like I say, the R31 of this generation is the Skyline GTS-R, but the Tommykaira M30 GTS-R is actually a completely different car, an R32. So, yeah, a little bit interesting there. I was about to say, rear-wheel drive Skylines, I think 31.1 for an R32 and an R33 pairing we've had, which were naturally aspirated cars. Well, this is just set on 31.221 on its first flyer, so maybe this can go a little bit quicker than that. Unfortunately, we haven't had any sort of Skylines of this vintage to compare it to. We've only had the 71 and then sort of jumped straight to the R32. We haven't tested an R33 and an R31 yet, so no real sort of boundary on what those cars will do. A little bit of a tail slide there. I have got an R30 built up, so we'll probably see that soon. R31, I need to find one in the dealership because they are difficult cars to find. Very rare, as they probably should be. Unfortunately, the wheels on this model clip through. We've seen this on a couple of cars. The Lexus GS400 is the one that comes to mind at the moment. But we've definitely seen this on a couple of cars, which ruins it a little bit because, like I say, this is a fantastic looking thing, definitely. I think we're getting about 300 episodes in and I'm realising it's a bit difficult to do while sort of talking and thinking and all the rest of it. I definitely think taking a shower sort of wider line into that first sector and then trying to be flat out as you come out onto the next bit's the way to go here. 30.412, which is pretty darn quick for a rear wheel drive car. It's alright to drive this. It's there's a little bit of sort of sliding, in a good way. I mean, it allows you to do turning just off some of the corner cuts. A little bit of sort of turbo kicking in. I think this is a stage 2 turbo in this car. From stock, I think this makes like 300 odd horsepower, so from standard it's already pretty decently tuned up. I'm also not 100% sure, but this might be one of the few tuned cars that actually makes more power than the car it's based on when you fully upgrade it. Because I don't know what power an R31 makes, but I don't think it's quite 414. Looks like it is going to be 30.412, but yeah, that is a lot quicker than I was expecting it to be, in all honesty. It's pleasant to drive that. It's as pleasant to drive as it looks, and it looks very pleasant indeed to my eyes. So yeah, pretty good showing from the Tommykaira. Definitely, there's a lot of these to go through. The Tommykairas, very strange cars in this game because Tommykaira has a big lineup in this game, and of course in the later games it was literally 2 cars, but not in this one. Is there a bit of time in there? I don't believe. I've spoke about this before, sectors feed into each other. If you have a quick sector 1, then you're not as likely to have a quicker sector 2 and sector 3, so I don't know how much more there really is in that. I don't think there's like that amount of time in this, I will be honest, but it didn't do too bad. A 30.412 will place this into 114th place. Goes in between a Toyota Supra and a Clio Sport V6, which is a place for this car to end up. Quicker than a Prelude, quicker than a Mitsubishi GTO naturally aspirated, quicker than a Legnum VR4. It's only slightly slower than like the Altezza 280C, which is a much more modern vehicle. Mazda Roadster C-Spec, sort of similar thing, so it's not the quickest tuned car we've had. Well, no, that's a respectable time from this car, definitely. Like I say, I didn't really know where this was going to go, so I'm pleasantly surprised by it. Good car indeed. Anyways, and that is it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when I'll be driving something completely different. Until then, farewell.
Where my hopes and dreams are going, I'll only you back. Got up in a wall that you are not part of. Eyes on the slit of your father with love.